May 16th, 1948 was the same time that Israel took over Palestine. So this is something that's big for us Palestinians, as I'm a Palestinian myself, and anyone that supports Palestine. I've seen all the things that have happened to Palestinians, so I will be here if it means every day I'm here. I think this generation is more about social media than the news. I think if you talk 40, 50 years ago, most people are getting their news from news stations, radios. Nowadays it's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, I think. And you're seeing the younger generation coming out. Now, when you go do interviews, you see a lot of people that are 18 plus, 17, 16, 15. You'll see a lot of the younger generation come out, and even the older generation. But I think that's why there's a lot more people, especially after 2023 October. A lot of people have been seeing what's going on, and they start to understand. Mainstream media, news channels, they get paid to say a few things, and they don't show they'll say the story, they won't say it for how it is though. The mainstream media don't really think they're all reliable all the time. But when it comes to social media, there might be a lot of fake news, but if you know how to differentiate from fake and real news, and actually read for yourself, I think understanding yourself is the biggest thing. And so when you see news, you know if it's real or fake. Then I think social media is the one that kind of shows you more of the real news, because now you're seeing a lot of people from Gaza that are recording themselves and actually posting it and showing you what's really been happening, because mainstream media won't show you that. They don't want to show you that. They know what will happen if you show you that. You think after October 7th and everything that's happened till now, you think it's shocking, or it's a recent thing. It's not. It's been going on since 1948, since this day 1948, it's been going on, and I'm Palestinian, so I've read up on a lot of it and realized that it's something that's been happening every year. Let's say 1948, when they first did the first Nakba, over 1 million Palestinians were either displaced, killed, so a lot of my family went to Jordan, so they're all displaced or killed, so they took off, I think, nearly half of all of Palestine in that year. And in 1972, I may be wrong, in 1972 I think, they came again for the second Nakba and got rid of 90% of Palestine and made it Israel. So I think it's been going on for a long time. I think you're just starting to see it more and more now, which at least you're seeing it now. At least more people are seeing it. I think first of all, read about it, and then make your own mind up. But you'll see. Look how many people are coming out today. You'll record them yourself. Play that small part. I think be that person that aims for change, because change is needed. I just want to say free Palestine until the day I die. And I'm here today to do my part. I hope you do your part as well.
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
from the sea to the river,
Palestine will live forever.
from the sea to the river,
Palestine will live forever.
from the sea to the river.
Palestine will live forever.
Yes, Abba, you can hide.
We charge you with genocide.
Netanyahu, you can hide.
We charge you with genocide.
Netanyahu, you can hide.
We charge you with genocide.
We have launched the hunger strike on June the 12th. 4 Palestine action prisoners are going to be sentenced as terrorists only for destroying Israeli weapons on British soil. Please mobilise on June the 12th at Woolwich Crown Court to demand the release of our prisoners.
Palestine will be free. On June the 12th. On June the 12th.
I'm here because this represents the big struggle that we are now involved in, which is in support of the Palestinians, because this is against genocide. And I'd like to say something else. I'd like to say that this is an international movement, and I got news for you that there is the same demo about the same things today in Paris and in Milan. The stuff that I know. Okay? So this is not just London. This is international. It's global. And this is the international movement. And we are part of a picket, weekly picket, at the Israeli embassy, organized by the International Jewish Anti-Zionist Network, which are marching today. And we're there every week. And they started on the 23rd of October 2023. And yesterday, it was 133 times that they did it. We are all anti-Zionists here. And this is a movement against Israel, against the United States. We are the main mover in all this. And and I know that in the United States there's also a movement against Trump. And this is our strength. This is what we have to reinforce, the connections all over the world between the massive amount of people who are protesting today, and they've been doing it for at least 3 years against the genocide. The solution is the destruction of Israel as an apartheid state. This is what, for instance, people from the flotilla are trying to do. There is a flotilla sailing today towards Israel, and there is a march in North Africa trying to do the same, marching to Gaza. And this is the kind of stuff that we have to do. Free Palestine.
To join the march because I think that everybody should join together against genocide. I think what's going on at the moment is absolutely appalling, and the fact that our country is joining in and facilitating the genocide by selling arms to Israel is absolutely beyond terrible, and I don't know what has happened to humanity at the moment. The fact that people don't seem to be able to see that this is the most terrible ethnic cleansing going on, not just in Gaza but now with the West Bank as well. I mean, I give up. Other than the only thing that gives me any hope or any sense of purpose is to be able to join with all these good people in a common cause, which is one for humanity. I'm furious with the mainstream media. Actually, that's my main source of news. So the BBC, who constantly take a pro-Israel and government view on things and are frightened to actually call out all the injustices. So BBC and all the mainstream press. The government's racist agenda with their anti-refugee bills and all the rest of it, anti-humanity, anti-human rights. I'm disgusted. Unite in love.
It's not power. They are evil. It's not power on killing people, especially killing innocent children. By history, in Morocco, in Algeria, in Tunisia, in India, they don't exist anymore. Where are they? Where are the people? They're all gone. They're all disappeared. They're not gone. We still have our religion. We still have our country. And we still believe always is hope in this land. Always is hope. And that is why I believe 100% is always hope. Love more than hate. True love, not Zionist love. Zionist love is tricky one. You're talking about peace, but you're killing innocent people. That is not peace. When you want peace, you have to love. When you love somebody, you don't kill him. We're all human.
Take it away.
Boycott to start with. If you do the boycott, it will kill them. Boycott is the best thing. You got Mark Spencer, you got Pizza Hut, you got Starbucks. They have a lot of things you can boycott. It will kill them. The bank, don't use overdraft, don't use credit card. That is the best way to do. The best way to kill them, because they are evil. That's what I believe. They're not human. Especially they said 6626 thinks it will happen. 6626 thinks it will happen. Nothing will happen. He's watching. Nothing will happen, brother. We are living with nice people. Like today, have more than 500,000. Fox News, BBC, all this is fake news. Make sure you have the right news from the right people. For example, go live on TikTok, go live on YouTube, Al Jazeera. Don't watch BBC. BBC is 100% is boycotted. Like today, we're talking today. What did he say about BBC today? He said it's only 100 people. That's what they will say, 100 people. This is 100 people. This is 100 million. All over, in France, in Milano, in Barcelona, in England, in Morocco as well. It's everywhere in Europe, especially in France, in Germany, in Portugal, and in Norway. I have family in Norway. I have family in France. We contact with them. MashaAllah. Look. This is peaceful people. This is what we're talking about, peace, loving people. This is nice stuff. I'm a TikToker. I've got everything on TikTok. Every single one. I go to Birmingham, Bristol, Cardiff, Swindon, and London. And I think the income is more people know what's going on. More people have knowledge. So how can you teach our kids? How we teach our kids? We're talking about Holocaust, and we're not talking about Palestine genocide. This is worrying me more, and people have to be smart. I know this misleading the media and the system. This way, the Zionist way. It's like a virus, and virus one day will disappear. Maybe another 20 years, maybe another 10 years. Look what's happened in Algeria, 138 years, and you have more than 1 million people sacrifice their life for their land. We trust people in the streets. We trust these people. These people is a power. We are a democratic country. We see what's happened in this election. We see what's happened. I know they have reform. I know Starmer is in trouble, but all that is Zionists leading each one of them. Like a reformer, they have 5 million. Where the money come from? We follow the news. We know exactly what's going on. We know but the hope on these people. That's what we're hoping on these people. This is normal people. This is what we love. This is why we come all the way from Bath to here to see these people. They're not government. They're puppies. They're not government, brother. Trust me. They are puppies. They're working for someone. That's why they're scared of the word. I know we cut this one off if you want. Allahu Akbar. Because that is destroy their black magic. Assalamu alaikum.
think my sign honestly says it all. I'm here for love. I'm here for love for the Palestinian people, for the Palestinian children, for children across the world that are facing oppression, genocide, exploitation, and you know, a lot of people are saying that what we're doing here is out of hate, but I don't agree with that at all. This is all completely out of love. And so what made me come today as well is knowing the history and knowing something that I did not know for a very long time. I grew up in America. We weren't taught much about this at all. I got taught that this was complicated and you won't be able to understand it. But once I started learning even just the basics, I went, this isn't complicated at all. This is about a people who have, their land has been stolen from them, their lives have been stolen from them, and that's not fair. And so I'm here because if I was in that situation, I would pray that someone else would be there for me as well, that they would stand up and say, enough is enough, this is not okay. We need to show love and solidarity. The media does not want to portray that this is a movement for love, that this is a movement for everything good in the world. And I could list off a whole reasons why I think that might be happening, but that's not entirely for me to say. All I know is that it's wrong for them to be painting us in such a light, because like I said, this is about love, this is about solidarity and protecting men, women, children, all people, and opposing genocide. So with the government and the media painting with lies and trying to sow division between the people, I think that is completely wrong. And I think what we really need to do is stand together as a united people, because that is what we are. We are all humans. I got asked once, why do I care about this? You're not Palestinian, you're not Muslim, why do you care? And I said, I'm human. We are all human, and we should all care. So something that I've been really paying attention to is the Red Ribbon Campaign. There are I think it's somewhere over 400 children that are in detention centers who have been abducted from their home as political prisoners, which is just completely insane because they're children. And then along with that, there's also men and women. There are hundreds of people still as hostages, political prisoners, abductees, stuck in detention centers where they cannot see their families, they cannot go home, and they are being brutalized. They are subjected to sexual violence, torture. There are these rooms that they call disco rooms where they put people in there and they blast music, putting them in total sensory deprivation other than extremely loud music in order to completely sensory overload these people. And it's horrific torture that is happening to these people in detention centers. And that is something that I don't know how many people are aware of what's happening. I know in a lot of circles I run in, a lot of people are aware of this, but to me that number is just horrific. And then as well, the drones that are made in Europe and United Kingdom with our own people making these drones that would play the sounds of babies crying and women asking for help in order to lure people out so that they could kill them afterwards. Like, to me, that is the most messed up thing that I could ever hear. To play on people's empathy and their need to protect others, to draw them out and murder them is just, it's all right. That to me is just, it's incomprehensible. If we can find a way to move forward together as one and just care about each other and think about each other as a community, then I think there is hope. Love each other. Choose to love each other. Choose to say no to hate. Choose to stand up for each other and protect each other and care about each other. It's that simple. Boycotting is an incredible way as consumers. We live in a capitalist society. We live in a world where we have to buy in order to survive. And so I think it is an incredible way for us as the people to show where we want our money to go. So I'm a huge proponent of the BDS movement, the No Thanks app. And, you know, every time I go to the store and I buy something new, I look it up, I see if it's on the boycott list, I can see the reasons why it's on the boycott list, and I can make a purchase as an informed consumer instead of someone just mindlessly buying like they want us to be. We can be smarter than that. We can make the choice to be informed and be informed consumers.
Now we're here to say that we stand against anti-Semitism, all forms of racism and Islamophobia.
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. And from the sea to the river, Palestine will live forever.
Thank you to the organisers of today's event, and thank you to all of you that have come here. Not too many thanks to the Metropolitan Police for the arrangements that have been forced upon us today. But this is yet another march for Palestine, but it's on a very special day, Nakba Day. 78 years ago, 750,000 Palestinians were brutally driven out of their homes destroyed, their land taken, their farm animals killed. They were forced into Gaza, where they made their homes. Their descendants trying to now survive in the rubble of Gaza, having experienced the genocide of the past 18 months. And that occupation continues. As the Greater Israel Plan is put into operation to take over southern Lebanon, to drive the Palestinian people out of Gaza into the Sinai, as the Greater Israel Plan goes on about increasing settlements all over the West Bank, the theft of land, the theft of water, the theft of farms, the killing of individuals, and so it goes on and on. Brutal settlers turn up, armed by the IDF, and then start killing villagers in the Palestinian areas in an attempt to drive them out into Jordan. The rest of the world, some speak up, the Hague Group speaks up, some countries speak up, but some don't, including this one. Where is the British government on the sale of arms to Israel? Where is the British government on the charge of genocide against the Israeli government? The complicity will be remembered in history. It needs to be a change. It's got to be a change of policy, not the personalities. It's got to be a change of foreign policy. It's got to be an end to the policy of spending more and more on arms. How about a policy of peace and solidarity? The new Nakba is trying to happen. The weapons that are flowing in there to do it. But the solidarity around the world, the flotilla, the dock workers, the popular movements all around the world are with the people of Palestine. And when the history of this period of the 21st century is written, it will be one of movements of solidarity all over the world in order to make sure the Palestinian people and their culture are not silenced, not killed, and never forgotten. And the message I have to the British government and every other government, and of course to the Israeli government, is we will never give up, we will never go away, we will never leave the Palestinian people. We will be here as long as it takes. I pointed out that this is a march of unity, it's a march of love, it's a march of all faiths, it's a march of all religions, it's a march of people from all over the country. That's what brings us together, that's why we're united, for Palestine, for anti-racism, and for peace around the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jeremy.
Palestinian women, men, and children are being tortured, humiliated, starved, prevented from medical assistance, and facing sexual violence against them. Euromonitor have called it another genocide behind the walls. Israeli Minister Ben-Gvir is happily and very proud, celebrating that he made harsher conditions over the Palestinians in comparison to what he calls summer camp conditions. And Ben-Gvir and the Israeli government is a problem, but they are not a problem. The problem is the system of settler colonialism that have been and still annihilating us and replacing us with foreign settlers. Thus, we all must join a global Red Ribbon campaign to call for the release of all of our hostages. And we today remember every Palestinian hostage whose body, dignity, and freedom have been attacked. We remember every family waiting for their son, for their daughter, for their mother, for their father, brother, and sister to return. And we demand immediate release of Palestinian hostages, an end of torture and violence, an end of siege and genocide in Gaza, rejection of death penalty against Palestinians and anyone else, end of settler colonialism, end of Zionism and imperialism, and justice and accountability and freedom. Until every Palestinian hostage is free, until every Palestinian refugee can return home, among them myself, until Gaza can breathe again, until Palestine is liberated, we will keep speaking, we will keep marching, we will keep resisting occupation in all legitimate means. Free Palestine!
I'm here with the Jewish Bloc for Palestine on the 70th anniversary of the Nakba to affirm that never again means never again. Shame on the Met Police for repressing this march and privileging the vile cronies of Robinson and Farage. Shame on our government for their denial of 78 years of ongoing Nakba, for the thousands of Palestinian homes depopulated and destroyed, the hundreds of thousands of Palestinians ethnically cleansed, and for every single life brutally stolen over the past 2.5 years of genocide. The fight against Zionism is the fight against fascism. We will resist in our streets, in our synagogues, from our universities to the picket line, from our homes to the factories. As British Jews, we will not surrender our identity, history, and culture to the Zionist state, or yield to the interests of power-hungry politicians, defense companies, or any arm of corporate capitalism. We will not allow our neighbors to be scapegoated and sacrificed at the altar of imperialism in our name. We have nothing to lose but our chains. Shabbat Shalom and free Palestine!
I am Hussam. I'm a survivor of a genocide, left Gaza after 6 months. But I am truly not sure if I did survive, as still my family, my people are enduring the same process of the genocide, which did not stop a moment. Still the daily killing is taking place. The starvation, the humiliation, the killing, the torment, the agony of the people is still going on in Gaza. I came here to you with one message. I want to say that as a human being, I find the greatest legacy of Europe that they put a system to protect civilians and innocent people all the time and everywhere. The system of the human rights, the international human rights law, the international humanitarian law, the 4 Geneva Convention. This legacy of Europe is crushed by the Israeli criminals now in Gaza and in many other places. This is a shame. Allowing a genocide at any place on earth is a disgraceful scar on the front head of humanity. It is a disgraceful for the Europeans. This silence is a complete complicit with the genocide. It's really shameful that they allow their legacy to be destroyed under the bombs of the Israelis in Gaza. People, my last word for you is a poet said by John Donne 300 years ago. A man is not an island. A pain of one human is the pain of every human. And that's why I would end with not only free Palestine, but a free humanity. Free humanity. Free humanity. Thank you.
This march wasn't supposed to happen. Keir Starmer wanted it to be banned. Tommy Robinson and his far-right supporters thought they could threaten us and drive us off the streets. Well, this movement has given an emphatic answer. We will not be silenced. Today, we commemorate the Nakba, the ongoing catastrophe inflicted on the Palestinian people by Israel since 1948, when more than 750,000 Palestinians were driven from their homeland and more than 500 Palestinian villages and towns were destroyed. 78 years of ethnic cleansing, colonialism, genocide, apartheid. 78 years of resistance of the Palestinian people refusing to give up the struggle for their rights. Let their determination be our inspiration to carry on. The far right despises our solidarity with Palestine because we reject their racist logic that some lives are less precious than others, because we know that the struggle against all forms of prejudice and racism, whether it's anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, or Israeli apartheid, is one and the same. The world they want is one in which the genocide in Gaza continues, in which Palestinians in the West Bank continue to experience escalating violence, and Palestinian refugees are denied their inalienable right to return to their homeland. That is a world in which all of our rights are threatened and none of us are truly free. So look around you at this demonstration. People of all ages, from every background, coming together in a spirit of solidarity. This is the world that we are fighting for. The world that we are building when we organize for Palestine in our towns, in our cities, in our universities, in our workplaces, and in our communities. A world that is built on justice, founded on freedom. A world where Palestine is free. Thank you. Free Palestine.
Free, free! Free, free! Thank you so much for joining us here today. I am absolutely thrilled to say that there are at least 250,000 of us here on today's Nakba 78 demonstration. That makes us almost 10 times larger than the scum on the streets on the other side of London. Thank you all for coming here today. Thank you for standing against genocide, for standing against occupation, for standing against apartheid, for standing for freedom, justice and